Hello, welcome back to my face. My name is Brianna. I am the head honcho here at Bambymedia, and I'm going to go through today a little bit of a tutorial around how to edit using Descript. This is for your own show. If you're DIYing your own show and you're not using other fancy software, or you don't know how to use fancy software like Pro Tools or Adobe Audition or whatever, and you've heard about Descript and gone, maybe this could be an option for me because I can edit using the transcript. Adobe Premiere and a few of the others are actually in beta mode using the same sort of thing where you can now edit in transcript mode, but none of them are as good yet. And I tell you what, I have tried all of them. I've done all of the beta testing and none of it compares to how quick the transcript editing and how accurate it is for Descript. Like, hands down, Descript wins. Descript doesn't win all the time. Descript has a lot of issues that I know Descript knows about, and there are a lot of bugs and there are a lot of things that they're constantly updating, but that's okay. I'm okay to run with that at the moment because, especially for the DIYer, there really isn't anything as good as this. That is really plug and play, that is the one-stop shop that you are looking for, that you are after. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the editing in this particular episode. I have other videos on EQing and compression and color grading and all sorts of other smaller things, but this is just to show you kind of the mechanism of actually editing using the transcript or using the waveform as well, so that we can have a little look. So let's dive into the actual session that you can see here in front of you now. This is a episode that I'm currently working on, and you can see that when I imported it in, it's done the transcript. The full transcript is here, which is cool. And then I've got my face over here in the video, and I've got the waveform down here. So there are many ways that you can edit, and transcript, if you're a person that would prefer to do that, is one of the ways to do it. You can get rid of the video altogether if you don't want to look at it and you don't care about the video, but you may still use it later. You can just go set composition to audio only and it will just get rid of it, which is cool. But if you bring it back, like me, I need to edit knowing what the video is looking like so that I don't edit weirdly, because I want to export this out and put it on YouTube. So it makes more sense for me to do that. So if we go back to the beginning, you can just press space to start, and I use that, or you could also just go up there like a doc. Hey everyone, welcome to my face. My name is Brianna from Bambymedia. I'm the head honcho of podcast and video production agency here, and you can just follow it here, Bambymedia. Today we're going to go and see here, Bambymedia. Today we're going to go through the difference between host read and programmatic advertising. So you can see, okay, it's easy. It just follows along as you go. And I know that there's something that I make a mistake around later on in this episode. So let's have a look at this. So first thing I want to go through there. So I think I want to get rid of this. So I can just go up here and just delete. So highlight, delete, just like you would delete text, and see how it deletes it from there. Super cool. Now, you don't need to do any crossfades if you are aware of other other editing software, like Pro Tools, for example. I would have to go through and crossfade everything at the end, but Descript does it automatically. It's already got a little crossfade adjusted to it, so you don't need to go through and actually do all the crossfading yourself. Okay, so if we keep going. Okay, so then you can see here also Descript tells you when it thinks maybe you might want to remove, they're called filler words. So in this case, sometimes I say sometimes I say kind of. That's what Descript thinks are my kind of go-to filler words. I don't know. Because there's a double up of and. Well, right? So you can go through and actually just quickly skim that and decide, well, I do say a bit. There's a few instances of So let's go up to our right click and go to remove filler words and see how it's telling you these are all the different types of filler words, but I never want to just say select all, do that, because it's going to cut off things that I don't want it to cut off. So I'm going to look for just the instances because I know I said a few times and I know I said UH. And that's probably all. And so then it's telling me there's 29 instances of that, and you can see over on the right here, of that here. And then it says, would you like, well, you know, should I do that? And then we can go apply to all. And it will go through and it will get rid of all of those But, and if we zoom out here as well, you can see there's cuts in it here now, which weren't there before. See all these cuts? These are all cuts where it's taken out an or an You can't just leave that. You can't just be like, sweet, thanks Descript, you've done my whole editing job for me. That's amazing. You still need to go back and listen from the beginning to the episode and make sure that those points where it's taken those filler words out, it's actually done a good job. Because certainly, and I mean, Descript's getting better, but it used to be that it'd remove the but it would remove a breath right near it. And so it would cut off something that was then sounding really weird. So if we just go to something like here and let's see, put the ad in that has said the ad, it's just an ad for something. So it's not something that the host has had anything really. Okay, so let's see what's happened here. So if you expand this out, this was a and Descript did a great job of removing it. So it's not something that the host has had anything really. Fine. Okay, but what you need to do is, and so this here was a breath. I heard a little breath in here. Put the ad in that has said the ad. It's just, there's a breath there. If I click on that, get rid of the search results, and I turn Studio Sound off, which is there's a different tutorial on Studio Sound and the use cases for it. If I turn Studio Sound off, you can see there is a breath here. And then just before it, see how there's this little bit of something? And so when it's made its remove filler word cut, it's left that bit in. And I want to hear what it sounds like if I've adjusted it now. That has said the ad. It's just an ad for something. That's better. And so you can see here as well, it's just an ad. I'm going to see how Descript has picked this up as being an, and then ad with this being nothing. If I remove this I bet you it's going to remove a weird amount of stuff. So here, I've said the ad, it's just an ad for. It's actually cut off a bit of the thinking that that's the whole thing, but the transcript hasn't picked up that that's actually an as well. Said the ad, it's just an ad for something. So it's not something that the host has. Cool. Oh, and to zoom in and out, I'm just going Command- and Command+, just so that you can see what I'm doing there. So when you use that remove filler word thing, which, you know, is a great feature, you can't be my job is done. You need to go through and make sure that it is actually done and adjust that little, you know, slider there to get back or forward what you have got taken out of, taking particular care of making sure that you're getting the breath right. You don't want to cut a breath off half the way through because it just sounds bad. In real life, people don't cut off their breaths half the way through, so you don't want it to sound like that on audio as well. Okay, so that's my quick tutorial on how to edit using Descript and the transcript feature. You can see it's fairly simple once you've got it all imported there and you use the remove filler words. Firstly, looking at it and using that little blue squiggly line to help you kind of ascertain what your problem words are or what the potential problem words are for the host or the guest or someone that you have on, then using the remove filler word to remove those, then going through and listening to the episode and seeing what else you want to cut around that as well, taking particular care. Using AI in this way, using the features that Descript has, that will cut down a lot of the work for you and make it simpler for you to do yourself. and make it easier for you to get a product that you're happy with. If you like this sort of content, please hit the subscribe button. I'm doing a whole series on our YouTube about Descript and how to use that for your DIY podcasting needs. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any videos you'd like me to do, also leave them in the comments. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you next time.